Minecraft is one of the most popular games ever made. It is one of, if not the most sold video game of all time. And it has a very large fan base. And so the movie was going to be under a lot of pressure to be good, to stand out and be an amazing movie that was an immediate cult classic for Minecraft fans and the alike. For a lot of us Minecraft fans, I'm sure it was a movie that we were expecting a lot out of and really wanted to see be amazing and succeed. And in some aspects, I think it definitely hit the popularity pretty high. There were a lot of memes online over the trailers and clips of Jack Black saying Minecraft stuff and kind of doing a lot of that, basically showing like the flint and steel and the nether, basically being like being over explaining of basic Minecraft concepts and that sort of thing. A lot of people have been reviewing it. It came out today. Some watched it yesterday, but the official release was today, and I watched it, and I just got back from watching it about an hour ago. And so I just wanted to talk about my thoughts on the movie and how I feel about it, and also my movie experience, I guess. So my initial expectation of the movie was it was going to be basically an adventure in the world of Minecraft, where there's a lot of jokes I guess not making fun of, but along the lines of the absurdism that is of the Minecraft world. And in that way, I think it did succeed in a few aspects. I'm just gonna go outright and say it. I liked the movie. I know that it might be kind of a hot take, but I enjoyed some parts of the movie, genuinely. And some other parts I felt short. And some other parts felt a little bit short. In some cases, maybe a little bit hyperbolic. But, yeah, I want to talk about it. So the basic plot is Steve. So essentially, Steve, when he was little, really wanted to explore and go mining. But things didn't pan out that way, and he ended up working as a doorknob salesman. And he didn't feel super happy with that, life pathway, so he decided to go back into his interest of mining. Afterward, he basically finds this magic artifact, which then takes him to the world of Minecraft. After he explores around for a little bit and tames a dog named Dennis, he ends up getting to a nether portal and goes over to... Basically, he ends up in the nether and meets up with a piglin who is named Malgosha, and she is the big bad of the movie. She really dislikes creativity due to something that happened in her past. She wants the magical artifact that Steve used to get to the world of Minecraft to take over the overworld and basically control it or destroy it. I can't really remember. So Steve sends his dog Dennis to go to hide the magical artifact on Earth to prevent it from getting into the hands of Malgosha. Eventually, it ends up in the hands of Garrett Garrison, who's known as Gargar in the movie, who is essentially a pretty big dude bro kind of character. Like, he's just a dude, Jason Momoa, I think, did a great job with him, but I'll explain more of that later when I'm talking about the things that I liked. And essentially, he is a retired pro gamer who won a competition when he was super young, early 20s or teens, in the 80s, and essentially his shop that sells retro games and all of that kind of stuff is going broke. So he needs money, and that's his main thing, and he's kind of stuck in the past. It then pans over to him picking up the magical artifact from a garage sale, and then basically it goes over the two kids, Natalie, not two kids, but it goes over it goes over two it goes over two more characters, Natalie and Henry, who recently lost their mom, and they're basically moved to this new town as a last wish from their mother. And so they're having a tough time adjusting, Henry more so, because of his creativity, who kind of gets undermined by his peers because his ideas are viewed as outlandish or too much, and he's basically kind of struggling with like his school with that. And Natalie is kind of learning how to, I guess, care and be responsible as like almost a parental guardian to her younger brother. And it kind of goes over that as well. Essentially, they go to their new house, who is basically sold to them by the realtor of Dawn, who gets stuck in the Minecraft world with them after an incident happens, and essentially the whole movie is them trying to get back to Earth after the artifact gets destroyed after they're in there. Basically, it's a one-way thing, or it's a portal that they walk through, and then it gets destroyed so they can't walk through it again. So the whole plot of the movie is them trying to get it back, and then it ends up shifting a little bit to preventing Malgosha from taking over the overworld. Yeah, that's the basic plot. I'm going to talk about some things that I liked and some things that I disliked. Overall, the humor of the movie was definitely aimed towards kids, and of course, I don't think that basically means that it has to be super juvenile or anything, but some of the jokes got a genuine chuckle out of me, and some of them just didn't land. The movie's very slapstick, and at its core, it's being a comedy movie. A lot of people wanted a pretty big, I think, like big drama, or have a lot of emotional stuff, which I also would have liked to have seen, and I feel like it doesn't really tap into that as much as I would have liked it to. I think it did kind of capture the weird absurdism of the Minecraft world in some aspects. I think it did. I think one of my favorite parts of the movie was definitely Jennifer Coolidge, who plays as the principal to Henry's like school. Her subplot of basically falling in love with this villager actually did get a chuckle out of me. It's just ridiculous, and I think that's the best way to view this movie. Is it's trying to be ridiculous on purpose. I don't think was meant to be viewed as this amazing movie that has this like grand scale story or like plot thread with high emotions. It's meant to be ridiculous and funny and appeal to kids more so than adults. A lot of Pixar movies, for instance, are aimed at kids with nice, likable characters, an engaging story, and all of that. And this movie was mostly trying to aim at the humor side. It was being ridiculous on purpose. So in some aspects, I did feel it went a little too corny and went a little too over-explainy on Minecraft isms, I guess, like the flint and steel and the nether and chicken jockey and that kind of stuff. I think I had a little bit too much of that, but I mean, it's okay. I really liked Jason Momoa's character of Garrett Garrison. It's kind of explained in the movie, and I think that was the only one that I was able to notice, where basically his character is putting on this front of this super macho guy because he's really just trying to hide his insecurity of his own shortcomings, and I just thought it was compelling to watch, and his character was pretty funny. I think the art and visuals were actually pretty good and pretty stunning. In a lot of, initially, I thought it was a little bit jarring looking at the live action actors interact with the CGI stuff, but I think after a little bit, I didn't get distracted by it, and I was just like, all right, this is cool. Yeah, I like looking at the world of Minecraft and looking at how different things function, like minecarts or Elytra, and it's just trying to be a fun experience. Another part of the movie that I really liked was the tribute to Technoblade, who was, if you don't know, was a content creator around Minecraft who was very well renowned, and he ended up dying of cancer, and so they wanted to add him in the movie as a tribute. And that also has some other cameos from other content creators, but I'm really glad that they added the little tribute to Technoblade. Alright, so I've been talking a little bit and harping about how I liked certain aspects of it. I liked looking at the different props and sets. I thought it was really cool. It's more behind the scenes stuff. I really liked it. The movie I did like. It was enjoyable, but there are some things and some very glaring problems about it as well. Namely, the plot. I didn't feel super engaged, and it's mostly just the writing. I think the actors did a pretty good job with what they could work with, and I think the script just probably needed some tidying up and needed more, I guess, emotional segments, because I would have really liked to have seen more character arcs for all the characters. Some of them, I think my brain almost kind of made some stuff up about it, but I can't really recall. I also wish we would have gotten to explore more of the world. I feel like we only saw a little small portion with the Nether, and an even smaller portion for what it feels like with the overworld. I would have really liked to have seen the characters kind of explore more with the different stuff. The world of Minecraft is huge. There's tons of biomes and diverse life, and I feel like we could have definitely seen a lot more. I don't know if their plan was to create it like a beginning movie, make a new MCU, the Minecraft cinematic universe, you know? But I would have really liked to have seen more. We didn't get any mentions to the end except for the Elytra. Another thing that I would have really liked to have seen would be the cameos for the other Minecraft YouTubers, namely DanTDM, LD Shadow Lady, Mumbo Jumbo, and Afmao as well. They appeared in a scene, but they didn't really have any lines or anything distinct to basically have them show like, yeah, they're here. They're just kind of in the background. And I really wish that they got some lines. I don't know if it was cut or not. But I feel like Minecraft YouTubers definitely had a super big impact on the community and the popularity of the game as a whole. And I really wish we would have gotten to see a little bit more of that. Feel free to leave any of your thoughts on the movie, what you wish happened, and all of that down in the comments below. But I do want to talk about my experience at the theater. Essentially, my theater was insane. At every single mention of the TikTok memes that I saw, everyone was clapping and cheering. I was the only one that reacted with the YouTubers. Me and my sister were like, oh, look at them, they're there. And nobody else in the theater actually knew who they were. So it felt a little weird seeing that. I think it was mostly because it was like kids or whatever. There was also some crazy disruptions. There were a lot of people that were just kind of like yelling at each other and threw popcorn at each other. It was crazy. I thought it was obnoxious, and at the end of the movie I could barely even hear what was going on because people were just like clapping, not at like moments where it's like justified, just kind of like doing a rhythmic clapping throughout the thingy, and it was just a group of teenagers being a little bit annoying. Hi there, this is editing Evan. Basically that was recorded like an hour and a half ago, and I've had my mind a little bit to stew on it. I think partially my experience of the movie was tainted a little bit by the audience experience, some of the things that I basically mentioned harmfully negated my experience of it. And I honestly think the movie might be worth a second watch, so I'm going to be watching it again. I'm going to upload this video because I want to, post it, but I want to watch it again because I did like it. There were aspects of it that I really enjoyed, and I want to watch it again. I'm probably gonna watch it with some friends and stuff, and you know what, I don't even care if this video gets hated on. I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy the movie, and please be sensible, don't be stupid, and don't be immature, and don't be sending death threats or hate comments to the actors or the editors or anything about the movie. I know how angry the goblin people are. A lot of gamers and game fans get really toxic, and there's already a lot of toxicity. And again, like I was saying, after reflecting a bit more, I want to watch it again. If you want to hate me for that, you want to call me dumb, I'm all good with that. But I enjoyed it, and I will be watching it again. I love Minecraft, and we are Minecraft. If you disliked it, that's okay. I enjoyed it, and not everybody's gonna feel that way. I will be watching it again, though, so, if anyone's free, I'm here. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see ya.